What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is gonna be your review for Braxton Family Values, season 7, episode 2. So it's the day or the weekend before Trina's wedding, so we're doing all things wedding related. We started off, the ladies were meeting with Miss Evelyn for, looks like they're having like a brunch or breakfast, and everybody's there except for Tony. Tony's flight is coming in later on, and we find out that Trina is having some issues with her cake, honey. Now Trina had, first of all, y'all, Trina's voice annoys the hell out of me. That, I don't even know what that accent is. It seems like it's an overdrive this season. Anyway, but it's but she I lost my train of thought, child. She had this vision of a peacock and then like cupcakes cascading. I'm sure it's one of those things. She saw it on a Pinterest wall, took the picture to a baker, and they said, "Yeah, we can do this," and that is not what they did. Okay, that is not what she got. So the cake looked crazy. She ain't figured it out yet, and it's. She said, "I'm trying not to be a bridezilla, but it's been really hard." Because we had to relocate the wedding and being in Atlanta trying to plan a wedding over the phone and talking to vendors and stuff like that, and it's just really hard. And being a bride is always stressful anyway, right? It is always stressful anyway. Now I figured it out. Thank you to WeTV for showing footage of. I figured out why Tamar is making such a big deal about how horrible this bachelorette party was, which it really wasn't. It was really, I mean, it was a freaky deaky bachelorette party. I mean, it was triple X. But I figured it out. They showed the footage of Tamar saying, "I don't know how I feel about going to a bachelorette party that I didn't have nothing to do with planning," and that's why she's been hating on this bachelorette party. They're sitting at the table. Miss Evelyn asks, "How was the bachelorette party?" And she talks about how horrible the bachelorette party was and how it was just full of men, naked men doing this and naked men doing that. And Trina was like, "I don't know when Tamar got so prudish, but it really wasn't that deep." And of course, Tawanda planned the whole thing, so it was almost like a backhanded slap at Tawanda. But on a scale of Tamar isms, it was a 7. So we weren't at 10, DEF CON, whatever. So then Tamar said that she's going to plan a holy and sanctified um bachelorette party. And so later on that night, the ladies are in their onesies, and it's a nice moment to see them together, laughing and having a good time. They keep Tracy's confessional. Every time they go to Tracy's confessional, all she keeps saying is, "I'm just gonna put my feelings aside. It's Trina's day. I'm gonna be here for Trina. I'm just putting my feelings aside for Trina. Yeah, I still feel the way I feel, but I'm putting my feelings aside for Trina." Like, that's all she kept saying the whole time, was what she was putting her feelings aside for Trina, right? We get it. We get it. Then we get, oh, the other thing was that Tamar said she never got the itinerary. Tamar said, Trina said, "I sent the itinerary," and she said, "I know Tamar's name was on it." Tawanda checked her phone. She said, "Tamar, your name is on it." Tamar said, "I never got the itinerary because remember, Logan is in the wedding," and she was like, "Listen, I need to know what's going on with the rehearsals and stuff because my son is in the wedding and I need to make sure he's there. I'm not understanding what the problem is." Now, at first, I was like, "Tamar, you tripping. You got that email." But then Tony said she never got the email either. And Trina was like, "I know I sent it to Tony." Now, we know that Tony got assistance and Tamar got assistance. So maybe it went into the junk mail. Maybe the assistant didn't send it to them. I don't know. But, everybody ain't lying. I mean, Um, we get to the rehearsal dinner and, child, the rehearsal, listen, I mean, not the rehearsal dinner, but the rehearsal. Listen, I ain't never seen such a, first of all, Trina must not have had a wedding coordinator, because every wedding I've ever been a part of, at the rehearsal, the wedding coordinator does all of this. The bride does nothing. The bride does nothing. Matter of fact, it's bad luck for the bride to even walk down the aisle. And Trina actually walked down the aisle with her dad. And I've never seen that happen before. Usually they have a stand in. They have somebody stand in for the bride. Like, they actually have somebody walking down the aisle, but it's never the bride because it's supposed to be bad luck. So clearly she did not have a wedding coordinator. She snapped at Vaughn, but you could tell that, child, they ready to get married because he said, "Are you gonna bring a better attitude tomorrow?" She said, You said your baby daddy gonna bring a better attitude tomorrow." I said, "Damn, your baby daddy." And he ain't even flinch. He was just like, "All right, I mean, that's just what it is." Judge Maybelline was officiating it. She said she don't even know what she's supposed to say. "Judge Maybelline, is this your first wedding? Is this the first time somebody asked you to marry them? How you don't know the words? How you ain't know what to say, Judge Maybelline?" But she said, "I'll have it right by tomorrow." So I guess she gonna look at some YouTube videos or something and figure it out. But she said she gonna have it right by tomorrow, honey. Daddy was there cutting up, their daddy is a clown. So daddy was there cutting up, doing what he do. But Logan wasn't there. And come to find out, Logan wasn't there because when the person went to go to pick Logan up from, I guess, the hotel room with Tamar, he wasn't ready to go because Tamar said she never got the itinerary. But at breakfast, when you said you didn't get the email, Trina told you what time the rehearsal was. She said, "Well, we'll send it to you." But she verbally told you what time Logan needed to be there. So again, even if you never got the email, you got the information. Now, whether you processed it, whether you remembered it, whether you did what you were supposed to do, but neither here nor there. Logan was the ring bearer, and his ass wasn't at the rehearsal. Once again, that rehearsal was a hot butted mess. I don't know what. I done been in a lot of weddings in my life, and I just ain't never seen nothing like this before. And I've been at shotgun weddings. I mean, weddings that they planned, in a matter of a couple of weeks. And it was better organized than this. I don't know what this is. Anyway, child. But it really looks like Trina just didn't have a wedding coordinator, and I don't know why. Especially being out of town. You should have hired somebody in St. Louis to coordinate this wedding for you, boo-boo. But anyway, it is what it is now, child. So then we see Trina and Tony. Trina shows Tony her dress. The dress is gorgeous. The dress. Oh no, I'm sorry. Rewind. Before we get to that part, Trina sees her new cake. They done ordered another cake. Not the people that gave her. She called it a Pez dispenser. And this cake I don't know what the first cake looked like, but this cake had to look worse. No, we did see the first cake. They showed us a picture. Listen, I don't know what's wrong with them cake makers down into the St. Louis. Y'all ain't got nobody in St. Louis that can make a cake. What is... Both of them cakes were terrible. I ain't never seen such a thing. I mean, I've seen cakes fail. I've seen you show somebody a picture of a cake and you get something you didn't ask for. But twice? With two different people? Girl. So then we get to Tony and Trina showing Tony her dress. And the dress is gorgeous. She said the dress was made in Israel because of all of the beading and everything. It was beautiful. I mean, it looked nice on Trina. You could tell Trina had lost weight. And I'm not saying that because I'm fat shaming her. She talked about her weight gain, that it was stress over everything that was going on in her personal life. But you could definitely tell she has lost weight. And she looks good. And that dress looked good on her. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous dress. Tony made sure she had her something borrowed, something blue, something new, something old. Well, I didn't do it like it rhymed, but y'all know how it's supposed to go. And then Tony said that her and Tamar would take over the cake because she told Tony that the second cake was worse than the first cake or just as bad as the first cake, and she still don't have a cake for the wedding. That is the next day. Tony said, "Me and Tamar take care of it. We're going to take care of the dress situation. The cake situation." And they go and they meet up with, a chef down into St. Louis, and they tell him what they need. And it was a cute little scene. Tamar was being Tamar, Tony was being Tony. And it was a cute little scene. It was clearly produced. The man didn't even have on the right chef coat. He said his name was Paul. His chef coat said Steve. He said he picked up the wrong coat. Who coat you picked up, Steve? How you just got random chef coats with different people's name on it lying around? Who is Steve? If your name is Paul, who is Steve?
He got a Sue Baker. Like they got Sue chefs, he got a Sue Baker.
Maybe that's what it was, cause and Tamar had to be the one to call it out. Tamar gonna call that man Steve. Tony was like, "I don't think that's his name." She said, "Well, his coat say Steve." See, we would have never known if Tamar had said nothing. We would have never known. Okay. So then we have. So anyway, they end up. The man said it normally take him 3 to 4 months to do a cake like the one they were trying to order. Tamar said 3 to 4 months for a cake. What y'all making? But either way, honey, he told him it would be that they asked if he could get it done the next day, and he told him it would be $2,800. Tamar said, "Well, I ain't tripping because I ain't paying for it. That's what she paying for, not me." Talking about Tony. But anyway, they got the cake, honey. They got the cake. But I just thought I felt so bad. Cause I mean, when you're a bride, like that's the last thing you need to be worried about is your damn cake. Like something that simple. And I'm sure she ordered that cake well in advance for it to look like that. Anyway, I wish people just would be more honest about what they can and can't do, child. You know what your skill level is. You might make a great cake, but you may not be able to do all the designing and stuff. And just say, hey, that is above my skill set. But let me give you the number to my good sis, okay? Because that ain't your thing. Everybody can't do everything. Anyway, moving on. So, then we get to the rehearsal dinner. Now, WeTV. When Tony came back there and y'all had the name underneath Mikey, who was the junior, the son, why y'all call him daddy? Why y'all say he was the senior? See, y'all just, and how ain't nobody catch that in post-production? Nobody caught that y'all had the wrong name under the wrong person. Y'all just don't care either. Don't nobody care no more. Y'all just trying to get through the season, huh? Don't nobody care but me? Okay. So we're at dinner, and the rehearsal dinner looked really nice. Everybody was there, but Daddy did not bring his wife. He knew better. He said, listen, I done brought her to this wedding, but I ain't going to push my luck and bring her to the rehearsal dinner. I think we all know that might be taking it a little too far. But everybody else had their significant other. Tracy had her husband. Tawanda had her fiance. Trina's fiance got up and he gave a great speech about blending the families and how they've been so welcoming and open, and how he plans to do the same for them to blend the family. And it was a nice moment. It was good. It was cool. Okay. So we get to the day of the wedding. Of course, everybody's nervous, and we see scenes of them getting getting dressed and all that good stuff, you know. The big thing was the seating chart. Now, again, this goes back to Trina doing her own wedding and not having a wedding coordinator. See, what Tawanda was running around doing is what a wedding coordinator should have been doing. Making sure that everybody was sitting where they were supposed to be sitting. And somehow or another, Miss Evelyn ended up at the same table as her ex-husband's wife. I forgot the woman's name. Baby. But let me tell you something. She sat there like she didn't know who Miss Evelyn was, and Miss Evelyn sat there like she didn't know who she was. And let's be clear, they both knew who each other was. Okay? But eventually somebody figured out that they had that woman sitting at the wrong table, and they moved Miss Evelyn, honey. They got her up out of there, child. Up and out of there. Baby. And Miss Evelyn gonna say, I didn't even recognize her. I'm so glad they put me at the wrong table so that I realized that I got the victory. She basically, in a low-key kind of way, she shaded the fuck out that woman. She basically was saying that woman didn't age well. If you read between the lines, that's what she was saying about that woman. Talking about something. She looked sort of angry. She looked like she wasn't happy to be there. I don't know what she was bothered by. She was waiting for you to pop off so she could pop off, and it was about to be 2 80-year-old women fighting at that damn wedding. That's what she was waiting for. She was waiting for you to jump so she could get froggy. That's all that was, okay? But anyway.
I'm looking at the lady. You were just talking.
You interrupted my video. Anyway, they got it together. Miss Evelyn looked nice, but did y'all think that Miss Evelyn outfit was a little too close to white? Because you ain't never supposed to wear white. And I know they had that same outfit in gold or off-white. It looked a little white to me, Miss Evelyn. You know protocol. Ain't nobody supposed to have on white but the who? The bride. You know better. But anyway. But it was cute, though. She looked good or whatever. So, right before Trina's going to walk down the aisle, they want all the sisters to come back and have a sister group hug, blah, blah, blah. They bring Tracy back there and all of that. And then somebody, I don't know who, I forgot whose idea it was. I think it might have been Tony's idea. Said, even though the sisters aren't in the wedding, let us all carry her train as a show of unity that we all going to carry her train down the aisle. Baby, they got ready to carry that train down the aisle, and that damn Tracy tripped and fell. And that's where the episode ended. But let me say this. I loved Tracy's outfit. She had on this little sparkly jumpsuit. I thought her outfit was cute. I loved Tawanda's dress. I thought it was very cute, very wedding. It was very bridesmaid. Like, that dress was clearly, like, that was a perfect bridesmaid dress that Tawanda had on. It was cute. I really liked it. Tamar's dress was cool. Wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't horrible either. It was cool. Tony gonna come in there in an oversized suit jacket and some stiletto heels and some fishnet stockings. How, where was you going, to the club? And you forgot you had a wedding? Where the hell were you going, Tony? Tony Braxton always... Tony, I know you had something in your closet. I know you had something in your closet. You could have went and got something out your closet from when you had your residency down to the Las Vegas. And I know you had a gown in there. Tony... Anyway, y'all, that's what it was. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.